Hello everybody, Chris here. Oh, wait, can't start yet. Hold on a second. All right, everybody, now I'm ready. Had my coffee. I need to clean the studio. It is in really bad shape. So when we're all done with that, I'll give you a tour of the studio. Let's go do it. Everybody, as promised, we're going to do a little tour of the studio as it sits as a podcast station. So let's look at what we do here when we do the podcast. Some of the cables are not hooked up right now because we used some of the cables in another project. So we'll just bring it back in here when we're ready to do a podcast. So for right now, the table here, some of the microphones, let me flip this around, are two of them are sitting here on the table, not hooked up to their poles yet because they take up a lot of space. So here's the two mic stands that hold them when we're ready to do the podcast, because they'll take up quite a bit of floor space. And when we're ready to do the podcast, that's fine. So here's where I sit. Here's my microphone, and this is a Natty, and this is also a Natty, and this one is not a Natty. This one's a newer. I have two Natties, not three. Here's I think it's, what's the name of it? Audio. Do I have it sitting over here? Audio Spectrum. There it is. There's a box work back there, right there. Audio Spectrum, and that's a really, really good mic. It sounds great. Sounds just awesome. And then everything gets hooked up to mixing board over here. Turn it on, and me and William are in tracks 1 and 2. We got Jesus on 3, Cody on 4 usually, or wait, no, Cody gets put into 6 here, and then the other music and stuff gets pumped through this one, and then back into the H5 when William's sitting over there. And then we plug in a cable to the headphone jack here, and then have a 4-channel headphone amplifier, so we can all hear everything with our own volume settings that we like. And then here's our widgets that we play with whenever we do a podcast. Here's some of the bugs that we've been eating when we get the games wrong. I know for some of you, that's your favorite part. All right, and what we got going on for lighting is we have a can light with an LED in there, and we put orange on that one, and that casts a really neat orange glow on the table over here. On this one, same kind of light, but I got a blue gel on there, and it puts a kind of a cool color of blue on things over here. I like that. Like, look at the table right now. The mixing board gets that blue glow on it. It's pretty cool. And some of the equipment gets a blue shade on it. It's kind of cool. So we got the orange gel, blue gel, and then over here, they're pretty bright, but this is LED lights that we have attached to the ceiling with a hook right there. So I can zoom in so you can see the hook. Right there. That holds the tripod when we extend it out pretty flush to the ceiling. Same thing with this tripod on this side with the same light on this one. So that really hits the lights over here really, really good. And we got a little bit of carpet on the floor, so we can come in here and it's a little bit of comfort there. And the black cloth is the same as our green screen cloth, all one piece, 20 feet long by 10 feet wide. And when we hit the contrast a little bit, when we do our show, you can't see through it like you can right now, because I have the contrast set to normal so you can see through it. But when we change the contrast on the cameras, you can't see through that. And of course we have a little bit of sound enforcement, a little bit of sound treatment on the walls so it's not too echoey in here. And over here, when we do our podcast, we use the screen there so we can see the computer. William uses like a Roku and wirelessly transmits what's on his screen to that screen. And behind us here is all the mixed in gear. Here's one of the LED lights with the blue gel on it. Got the red one sitting under here. Same thing. Here's some of our plug-ins. Here's some of our desktop tripods or not tripods, but mic stands for the podcasts when we need those. And here's another monitor for camera. And here's my charging station for all the batteries. And here's my aperture lights. At least those are the cases. And there's a case right there. And there's our GoPro stabilizer. And in this basket is all kinds of goodies, adapters and such. And here's some of the light stands and tripods when they're not in use. They go back here. Up here is my camera cage, and here's all the clamps. Some more clamps over there, and here's our lapel microphones, and well, here's a light. Here's some of the other attachments that we put on light stands to hold up 5-in-1 reflectors, some more adapters. There's, like I said, there's where some of the mics go. Here's our dead cats. Here's a very used gray white balance thing we use to make sure the white balance is good. Prop guns. Here's a power strip. Got one on the floor over here too. That's the other way that this works, is for the power that we need over here. Got one of those really long power strips there. It goes all the way across. That works out pretty good. Yeah, you can really see that blue light on things from that one. And let's see. Right now I'm using the tripod over here, the Ravelli, for this camera. And yeah, how's it going? And right now I put a GoPro up on top of this, so you can get that point of view. Hey. And yeah, we got some wires trying to stay out of the way to power things up in this garage. This garage wasn't made for all of the things that we do in here. It really wasn't, not for wiring. Yeah, and here's a couple of the prizes that we could win in our podcast. And put that over here. So here's a couple of mixed in stickers. Here's a cool coffee mug that you could write on. Here's this little skull guy here, and over here right now here's this that you could win. The Apollo XP light. It does all kinds of neat stuff. So right now we're low on the prizes. Gonna get stocked up on those. But yeah, this is big time behind the scenes on Mixed In. So glad you guys could watch, and see you next time on Mixed In. And don't forget to check out Cody's vlogs, Codester's vlogs, and Ned's vlogs, and all the other Mixed In stuff. So watch out for that stuff, and see you next time. Later.